The United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees has sounded the alarm about what he described as a crisis of uncertainty that is developing in Niger following last month's military takeover. The Refugees Agency's representative in the country, Emmanuel Guinac, warned that the ongoing political situation could develop humanitarian consequences with aid and protection services unable to reach scores of vulnerable displaced persons. Yahya Jammeh has more details of that in this report.
Niger continues to suffer significant humanitarian needs due to conflicts, displacement, food insecurity, child malnutrition, and epidemics. The humanitarian agency stresses that the crisis could potentially affect the humanitarian response in the wider region, which continues to face impacts from conflict, drought, insecurity, and other challenges. Mr. Guinac said their worries are on the attacks of non-state armed groups and other crises.
We're concerned by attacks by non-state armed groups, which existed, of course, before the 26 July coup. Whether or not they've increased, it's too early to say that. There has been some important attacks in the course, post 26 July. And they've, of course, led to further displacement. It is a crisis about uncertainty, so that's why it's very difficult to say what will happen. It's not that we have witnessed a massive movement of people and then, we're trying to see how it will evolve, etc. And we know we're assessing the needs and we're able to already call for specific. So we're more here into calling for a lifting of or exceptions.
According to the United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees, Niger is home to over 700,000 forcibly displaced people, with 350,000 refugees and asylum seekers and 350,000 internally displaced people. He also revealed that there have been more displaced persons in the past 30 days.
The fact that people don't have access to, as they used to have, to food commodities and the scarcity of goods in general will lead to a number of protection risks that will develop. We're talking about early marriage, sexual violence, trafficking, and exploitation. In the past 30 days, I think we observed additional 20,000 new.
Mr. Guinac expressed concern over the effects of sanctions imposed on the country by the Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS, which do not include any exemptions for humanitarian aid. He explained that the sanctions kicked in at a fragile time of the year, which marks the transition between agricultural seasons and before the rainy season fully sets in. According to the UN Refugee Agency, already high food and commodity prices surged further after sanctions were introduced and appeared to continue rising due to the closure of borders with ECOWAS countries. In July, the agency reported 255 protection incidents, including kidnapping, gender-based violence, and domestic violence. It also said that the agency's teams witnessed a 50% increase in such incidents between 26 and 30th July compared to previous weeks. Reporting for Eyeafrica News, I am Yahya Jammeh.